and welcome back to the Citizen Channel, our History Boys feature, continuing, I think, this final part of the City Bravehearts and a look at Asa Hartford's time at City, so please enjoy. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, plus the bell notification, do City past, present, forever. And please, if you give us a like on this, it'll make an old City fan very, very happy. And please, if you get a chance, check out my film and TV stuff as well. But this is all City. This is Asa Hartford. This is City Bravehearts, and we're going on to the 82-83 season, a season horrible as far as City are concerned. Not so bad for Asa, but obviously will soon turn into a little bit horrible for him as well. So yes, the ill-fated relegation season that ended with defeat to Luton, of course. More discipline trouble pre-season. Though slightly unlucky, he was sent off in a pre-season friendly against Brazilians Porto Alegre in a Barcelona tournament. In his defence, he only retaliated after being rugby tackled. Needless to say, John Bond was again not impressed despite understanding the reasons. Asa once again found it hard to keep his cool though, and he angered his boss as City went down 4-1 at West Ham on September the 25th. And both he and managers Bond's son Kevin Bond were both sent off. Bond was livid again with his tartan terrier. Hartford tried to explain his problems, which on the face of it seemed reasonable, although, he was a lot older then. He should have perhaps been able to temper his own temper. But, he tried to explain. He said, now one of the senior players, there was no older heads to help him, he said. To help him calm down on the pitch, because a lot of players around him were younger and were not in position, he explained, to tell the old man what to do. So, reasonable. Though by February 83, Bond had gone, although it was clear Asa and he had not often seen eye to eye, and the quieter John Bonson, his then assistant, took over, with that Buck assisting. Yeah, and of course it was Buck who previously, on signing him, had helped Asa sort of temper his temper, if you like, in his first stint at City. That season he started 38 of the league games, so quite a lot, managed 3 goals, a goal and a 2-1 home win against Swansea on October the 30th. An FA Cup goal was followed by 2 more for 3 in 3 games. Yeah, at Norwich at home, a 4-1 win on January the 15th, and January the 22nd, Aston Villa away in a 1-1 draw. By 29th of January, Bond had gone. Coincidence? Probably. Perhaps not, who knows. But 3 FA Cup starts and 1 goal against Sunderland at Main Road on 12th of January in a third round replay, and he made 4 League Cup appearances. In the end of the year Player of the Year poll, yeah, a lot of these votes were cast before City were relegated on the final day of the season. So if they'd waited till after that, it probably wouldn't have received many votes, any of these players. But in the Player of the Year poll, Asa polled respectable third, so that was pretty good. On to 83-84, and yes, we had Billy McNeil. Did Billy McNeil take to Asa? New manager Billy McNeil, I don't think really fancied Asa, and he made just 7 appearances that season, although injury also took its toll. And he started the first 2 games, Palace and Cardiff away. Asa twisted an ankle and was subbed in the Cardiff game, the second game, and he wouldn't again be seen until he played 3 more games in December. So it was a bit of a twisted ankle, that, wasn't it? And he only returned to light training by early November to play in those games in December. The 3 in December includes his final City home appearance at Main Road on December the 10th, a 2-1 loss to Sheffield Wednesday. But the writing was on the wall, and by early January, Billy McNeil was trying to ship Asa out. There was a failed move to Oxford United, who at the time were favourites to gain promotion from Division 3, and indeed within 2 more seasons they'd actually beaten the top division. Asa said, he had no desire to leave City and he could give a good fight to get back my first team place. There was also interest from West Brom, his old club, and Burnley were also said to be interested. Billy McNeil, though, by his comments, was unhappy that Asa had turned down this move, but then he went on to say, I will be delighted to see him establishing his claim to play in our league side. Were those words hollow? Well, possibly, but many felt that Asa was on borrowed time. There was just enough time for Asa to score his final goal for City in his last 2 appearances. On the 10th of March, he scored the only goal in a win at Brighton. And his final ever game for City was another away match on March the 17th. A disappointing, disastrous defeat, and not as though they were playing that well or well up the league. 5-1 dreadful loss to Fulham. On the 8th of May 1984, he joined Fort Lauderdale. On the 12th of May, City printed Ace's own 83-84 reflections in the City versus Cambridge programme, the last home game of the season. This is what he said about himself in this 83-84 season. This is my last campaign with City and it's been the poorest of them all. It's a sad time having to leave the club after the best part of 8 seasons, my first spell there being for 5 years and my current service dating back to October 81. I've had a terrific response from City fans, lots of letters from well-wishers and people coming up to me in the street to give their regards and best wishes for my future. I won't have a chance to reply to everyone, so please make City fans aware I deeply appreciate what they say and the warmth they have conveyed. It all went wrong very early this season. The ankle injury at Cardiff on August the 29th put me out of the team and wouldn't clear up for a long time. I was in and out of plaster until manipulative operation in October helped me get fit by December. It's been my longest time out of action and worst injury I've suffered. It made me miss half the season. But people think I've not been playing since Christmas because of recurring injury problems. This isn't so. I've been fit, but I'm not in the team plans and I've accepted the situation. I really knew last September that I would probably be released. I went to see the manager about the future with my contract expiring in June 1984. I realised then that the club would not be keen to make a further investment, so the season has been a bad one. It's all come at the wrong stage of my career. I've only had a handful of senior games, but I'd rate my display at Brighton on March the 10th as my best. I have accepted an offer to play this summer in a newly formed football league in America, and I leave today to join Fort Lauderdale. Then I will return for the start of the next season and hope to renew playing in the league somewhere. I feel I've got some playing time left in me. So there you go. He would also play, when he did come back, he would also play another League Cup final in 1985 for Norwich City, who beat Sunderland. So he managed 2 winners' medals and 1 losers' medals in the League Cup, so that wasn't too bad. In his time at City, chairman Peter Swales once said, if we had 11 Ace of Hartfords, we wouldn't have any problems. Saab themselves, one of the sponsors of City, claimed their Saab 99 GL takes a better corner than Ace of Hartford. Utter claptrap. Tony Buck called him his little diamond, amongst other things. Any oddities? Well, yeah, collectors. He was a collector. A little odd fact: he used to like to collect collect plates, but nothing old-fashioned or antique. Just unusual designs or pictures. And he also had a love for matchboxes. There you go, Ace. I wonder if you've still got them. To finish, we'll finish with a great pen drawing that's attracted a lot of likes on social media. A drawing by a Mr. A. Holland in 1982. And we have a little poem I'm going to read out for you there that sums up one of the fans' favourites in his 2 stints at City. This poem won a comp and was penned by a Steve McGarry back during Ace's second stint at City in 1982. So I will read this out to you. Many Scots have travelled south to play our beloved game, and on the way have collected admiration, fortune, fame. But one wee lad at Main Road now is surely quite apart. He gives his all, and yet, medic said, had trouble with his heart. He proved them wrong in 74 when coming to Moss Side. The fans went into raptures with the player from the Clyde. Then he left in 79 to seek pastures new. Forest Everton both were blessed with talents possessed by few. Now he's back, the Scottish gem, to grace the Main Road crown. Ace of Hartford's heart is big and strong, and never let him down. Soon 500 league games he will complete, proudly dressed in blue. A credit to City, this bonny lad, to Scotland and football too. Wonderful stuff, Mr. McGarry. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Sort of poem I probably, if I tried really hard, be capable of doing. But I think that just shows the love of the City fans for Ace of Hartford. On his 2 stints at City between 74-79 and 81-84, Ace made 259 league appearances, just 1 as substitute, 29 goals. In the FA Cup, 17 appearances, no sub-appearances and 2 goals. In the League Cup, 29 appearances, no sub-appearances and 3 goals. And in Europe, 12 appearances, no sub-appearances and 2 goals. Yeah, Ace had actually 2 goals. Ace had played competitive football into his 40th year. Not bad for a bloke with a hole in his heart. Was it that, eh? Well done. So Leeds, tough. I was privileged to see Asa many times, and although his second stint, because that was a stage in those days where I was going to almost all the away games as well. So I got to see a lot, and certainly in the first stint, a lot of his games. Was not Yeah, although his second stint wasn't the roaring success of the first, his attitude and work ethic throughout his time with us was never ever less than 100%. Plus, he was just a great player, just a great combative midfielder, which is what City fans love, and we still do to this day, even though we've perhaps gone up a notch as far as quality is concerned, as in playing football. We do still like that combative element to our players. Buck had commented when Asa had an off day, and so did City. And I think that more or less summed up this great City legend. So let me know your memories. I'd love to know your memories as we come to the final conclusion of this. Your memories of Asa Hartford, as I say. I have a cousin named after him. I'm sure other guys might be watching this called Asa. Who knows? Or have a middle name Asa, whichever it is. I mean, that's the sort of impact he had. In the same way, someone like Niall, I mean, I know people called Niall, you know, certain players' names, the good names, uncommon names, and obviously City fans and other fans pick up on them. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if your name's Asa. Let me know your comments. Let me know your memories. I could say I've nothing specific with it. I've never met the gentleman. I've never shook his hand. I will do if I ever see him in and around. He's not the guy who hangs around the Etihad very much, of course. But please let me know your own personal memories. And thank you so much for joining for this three-parter of this City Bravehearts Asa Hartford, our History Boys special. This diminutive Scottish player, Asa Hartford, named after Al Jolson. There you go. What more would you need to know? Thanks for watching, guys. Please, until we meet again, stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.